Oh, hi. I'm Wade James. I'll be your instructor for college algebra. In this short orientation video, we'll show you a few things you need to know about the course, such as how to access course material online, how to submit your homework, and how to check your grades. We'll also go over a few important items in the syllabus that you really need to know about. We've got a lot of material to get through, so let's get started. To access the course material, begin by going to the West Shore website, www.westshore.edu, and click the Canvas link at the very top center. This will take you to West Shore's Canvas page, which is the portal that all instructors use for their online course material. Enter your West Shore username and password. These are the same credentials you use to log into your West Shore email, any computers on West Shore's campus, or your my.westshore account. At the very top, go to your courses and select College Algebra. This is the College Algebra homepage, which is divided up into modules, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, and so on. Each module contains notes and a discussion forum where students can create and edit content, as well as 5 homework assignments, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. There's also a test, which is only accessible with a password. Let's take a look at the syllabus. You do this by clicking the syllabus link in the upper left corner. The title of the course is Math 151, College Algebra, and it's 4 credit hours. This is Section 11, which meets Monday and Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. We'll be meeting in the Tech Center, room 221, and there is no textbook required for this course. If you want a textbook, you can go to Amazon.com or any other online publisher and order a college algebra textbook for probably about $10. In the orientation module, I'll include a link to some recommended textbooks if you feel like you need one. Supplies that you should bring to class include a paper notebook and some type of digital device with internet capability. This could be a smartphone, a tablet, a laptop, whatever device you have. Feel free to bring it to class. The material that we'll cover in the course include linear functions, quadratics, polynomial and rational functions, conic sections, exponents, logs, matrices, and then finally a little bit of calculus where we talk about limits and derivatives. When it comes to looking at all these different functions, we're going to organize the discussion by subtopics. We're going to look at the properties of the function, graphs of each function, how to solve the function in an equation, and how to solve the function in an inequality. So for all of these, we'll be looking at, for example, linear function properties, linear function graphs, solving linear equations, and solving linear inequalities. Then we'll move to quadratics, and we'll look at properties of quadratics, graphs of quadratics, solving quadratic equations, and solving quadratic inequalities, so on and so forth. The grade scale is a straight scale. For attendance, you should show up for class, and if you can't attend class, please let me know. Send me an email, text me, send me a message through Canvas, just so that way I can forward to you the information that you missed. And importantly, the testing center hours are Monday, 4 to 8 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Thursday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. The testing center will be closed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Don't forget, you'll also need a photo ID, and you need to arrive 1 hour before closing in order to start a test. Here's my information. Again, my title is Wade James. I'm in the math department. My office is located in the Arts and Science Center building, office number 376. My email is wjames@westshore.edu, and I'll be hosting online office hours Tuesday and Thursday nights from 9 p.m. until 11 p.m. These are tentative, and they may change due to demand of students, but for right now, Tuesday and Thursday nights I'll be online. My telephone number in the office, 231-843-5871. Here's the course calendar. Pretty straightforward. Week 1, Chapter 1. Week 2, Chapter 2, all the way through Chapter 8. So what are you going to be graded on? For Chapter 1, there'll be 5 homework assignments, each worth 10 points for a total of 50 points. Then there'll be a test, an assessment worth 50 points for a grand total of 100 points. Then we repeat this process. Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. At the end, we have one final exam worth 200 points. That gives you a total of 1,000 points. If you want to look at how this is broken down from a percentage viewpoint, 8 homework assignments at 50 points each gives you 400 points or 40% of your grade. The 8 tests at 50 points each, again 400 points, 40% of your grade, and the final exam where 200 points is 20% of your grade. Here's some information about the assessment. Attendance and participation, although it doesn't directly affect your grade, it does indirectly impact your grade in that students who attend class usually perform better in the class than those that don't. Homework will consist of 40% of your grade. It'll be completed online, and each homework set will consist of 20 problems. Oh, that's a typo. That should say 20. 20 problems. And the homework will be unavailable after the test due date. So once the test is due, the homework shuts down and you won't be able to go back and finish it. The tests are worth 40% of your grade, and they're going to be taken up in the Learning and Testing Center. As of right now, we may look at doing these tests in class, so we'll have a discussion about that and see where that goes. But the test will consist of 20 problems, and these 20 problems are all pulled from the homework. So if you have 5 sets of 20 problems in the homework, that's 100 problems, 20 of those 100 problems will be on the test. To earn credit on the test, you have to show work, which means you can get partial credit. Now on the computerized test, a lot of times it's all or nothing. If you get the problem wrong, then you get 0 points. However, if you show work, I'll be able to go in and actually assign you partial credit. Can students take the test late? Yes, but there are penalties. So if you take the test one day after the due date, there's a 5-point deduction, 5 points out of the 50. And if you take it a week late, it's 10-point deduction out of the 50. And there are no retakes on the test. You get one shot. Once again, the final exam, 20% of your grade. The final exam is 40 comprehensive problems, and they're all going to be pulled from the tests. So the homework filters to the tests filter to the final exam. Expectations during class: show up on time, be ready to go. Make sure that you bring a notebook, pencil, enthusiasm to learn, and some tenacity or grit. Things I don't want you to bring: keep your food and drink to a minimum, no tobacco, bad behavior, or helplessness. If you have a question, ask. That's what we're here for, is to help you learn the mathematics. So don't sit there and say, oh, I'll never learn this material. Ask for help and succeed in the class. Make sure you respect the instructor, other students, and most importantly, yourself. Turn your cell phone off when you're in class, and we're basically going to do these 3 formats. We'll do a little lecture, we'll do some whiteboarding, and then we'll also work in the computer lab. For every 1 hour in class, you should be spending 2 hours outside of class doing some of the following things. Here's some information about the website. Something I do want you to do, and we'll talk about it a little bit later in the video, is how to go into your profile settings and edit your profile in Canvas. So that way it's easy for me to communicate with you and for you to receive notifications of things that happen in Canvas. Important dates: June 1 is the first day of class. The last day to withdraw and get all your money back, end of the week, June 5th. Last day to withdraw and get none of your money back is going to be July 6th, and the last day of class is July 24th. Some important telephone numbers, and then once again, the testing center hours. If you need tutoring, you'll contact the STARS program. They're located in the 2nd floor of the Shaner Campus Center. There's their names and numbers for the contact. And bad behavior, either on campus or online, may result in dismissal from the course. And don't forget, the syllabus is subject to change as I deem necessary. So that's the syllabus for the course. Now let's take a look at how do you submit your homework. So back at the home page for the course, you'll notice that the homework is contained within a module. So we'll start with 1.1 linear equations. And I've actually gone in and done a few of these already. So you click on the link, and then you'll say continue. And you'll notice a list of 20 questions on the left-hand side. The questions with the green mark have been completed, and you can see I earned a 1 out of 1. The questions that have a blue triangle have yet to be attempted. So let's click on question 4. So I click on question 4, the problem comes up, and I have to enter an answer. So here's a graph, and they want to know what's the slope of this line. And so we're going to say the slope of this line is 0, and I'll hit submit. And you'll notice that I got it correct. I got a green bar here, 1 out of 1, and I'm finished. If I'd like to practice this question again, I can click try a similar question, and it'll give me a different problem that I can attempt. This is question 5, and I'll zoom in a little bit so you can get a better view. There we go. So here's question 5. And I have to graph this line. Now you probably understand that this is the y-intercept, positive 1, and this is the slope, negative 3/5. So I go down to my line tool and I'm going to plot the y-intercept, which is a positive 1, and then I'm going to step off my slope. So that means go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and to the right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But let's say I make a mistake. I do it this way, and I hit submit. It's going to tell me that I'm wrong, but I still have the same numbers, and so I get to try it again. So maybe I'll move it like this, and I'll say submit again, and it's going to tell me you're wrong again. And so then I'll make one more adjustment, and I'll submit it a third time. So now that I've submitted a third time, you'll notice that it tells me I've got 0 out of 1, and I've now gotten a red X on question number 5. And if I scroll down a little bit, not only does it show me my latest attempt, but it shows me the correct answer. So you're not done at this standpoint, though. You can go back up and say, try a similar question, and it will give you a new problem with new numbers that you get 3 attempts on. And when you use up those 3 attempts, you can try it again for another 3 attempts, and again and again and again. I like to say we'll give you infinite opportunity to fail. You can try these problems again and again and again until you get them right. So now, after looking at the answer and figuring out exactly what they're looking for, we go into the line tool. We'll say that our y-intercept is negative 2, our slope is up 4, and to the right 5. And if we plot a point here and then hit submit, we should get it green. And we do. So all of the problems are like this. You get 3 attempts. So this is question number 8, and once again you get y equals 5/4 x minus 2, and they want you to graph this. So you can graph it 3 times, and you can get it wrong 3 times. And if after the 3rd attempt you still get it wrong, here's the correct answer. You might be able to reverse engineer how they got their answer, exactly what they're looking for, and then you click try another similar question. This will give you a new problem with different numbers, and now you can get this one correct. Because this homework is online, some students think that they have to be online to complete the homework, and really you don't need to. Over here at the very bottom of the homework list is a button that says print version, and if you click on that, it will generate a printed version of all 20 problems. Any problems that you correctly have answered, the answer will be in there. But for questions that you haven't answered, like number 9, you can print this off on paper, solve the problem offline, and then the next time you log in, enter your answers in the online problem set. So it is not the case that you need to be online all the time to complete your homework. You can go online, print off the homework set, complete it offline on paper, and then the next time you log in, enter in all your answers to be graded automatically by the computer. You may notice that off to the side, grades now has a 2 by it, which means I now have 2 new grades added into my grade book. And so when you click on grades, it'll take you into the grade book, and here you can track the progress of your scores. You can see that I have a 3.5 out of 10 on homework 1.1 and a 0.5 out of 10 on 1.4. So as you continue to work on these homework problems, your grade book is automatically updated in real time. So you complete a homework problem and it automatically saves it. You don't have to click save or anything. Once you get that green bar, it automatically goes into the homework assignment. This gradebook contains all of your homework assignments, as well as subcategories at the very end. So right now, my total score on Chapter 4 is 20%. I've got 4 out of a possible 20. You can always mouse over your percentages to see the 2 numbers that are used to make the calculation, 4 out of 20. If I go up to the top, I'll take the 3.5 from here, add it to the 0.5 here, this is where the 4 comes from, and it's 10 out of 10 because these are the 2 that I've attempted. Another unique feature of Canvas is what-if grades. So on an assignment that I've not completed, I could put in a what-if score. What if I got 10 out of 10? This is how you can keep track of your grades in Canvas. Back at the home page, you'll notice upcoming events, which are due dates for items. And you can see I've got a green check on 1.1 because I submitted homework for that. And I also have a green check on 1.4 because I submitted homework for that. I also have 1.4 and 1.1 in my recent feedback list because those are assignments that I just finished. If you want to view the calendar, you can either go to View Calendar in the upper right corner, or you can click on the calendar in your global navigation. So this is the calendar for the month of June, and you can see I've got college algebra selected. If I check that, I can select or unselect different courses. So you may have 2 or 3 different classes in here. Here is a list of all the homework assignments for the course and when they're due. If you would like to add this calendar to your calendar feed, you can click this button here, and this will provide a URL that you copy and paste into maybe your cell phone or whatever calendar program you're using, and it will add this course's calendar to that master calendar. This way you don't have to keep logging into Canvas to see the calendar. You'll notice a few of these assignments are strike through because I've already contributed to that assignment. You can click on the assignment and then follow the link to go right to the homework assignment itself. All right, let's go back to the home page. So now you've seen the 3 links off on the left, home, syllabus, and grades. You've seen the class notes and the class discussions, which you can create and edit content for. And you also see the homework links here.